Remember the time I stole Non-Electric's idea by doing a whole video? Well, we're doing that again, mate. So, again, Non-Electric, if you're watching this, you have every right to get your 2 weed spots and 2 hot glocks, because that's how you got the weed spot. You shot me in the head and took the bread and the lamb spread now, didn't you? Now, let's get on with this first thing, which is this box, which I haven't opened yet. And this is going to be a fun one. If I can get the damn thing open on camera. I'm not going to edit this because I just think it's funnier to see you. I just think it's funnier for you guys to see me struggling to open a package. There we go. Now this, I know you're all gonna love it. Underground Ernie! So this is that weird rubbery underground Ernie that Sam's Trains and Thomas Ferris has from that one Bachman Circle set. I'm going to put this on my layout on the Wordsworth Station set because, as you know, on my layout, I have a bunch of little Easter eggs and other stuff I like Postman Pat and SpongeBob. And this is going to go perfectly there. He is, oh, this is so dumb, and I love him. Look, he can wave at you. Not that you would want him to wave now, would you? Look at him. Hello, I'm Ernie, and I'm going to kill you! So here's my Wordsworth Station. Here's my underground Ernie figure, and we're going to put him about there. Perfect. So now we've got the Aussie Thomas Ferris. The Aussie Ferris, if you will. Ernie! No! You just decapitated the poor man's head! No, Ernie! Wow. Underground Ernie was creepy, wasn't it? Let's move to something a little less creepy. Jet fuel. You know, stuff that can literally set your whole house on fire. Now, here's the take-along jet fuel tanker for the Thompson jet engine pack. And the other reason I got it is so I can do this. I have the whole Thompson the jet engine pack now. I used to have this tanker, but I lost it. I don't know where it went. But now I have the full pack again. So, ooh, said Thomas, and he just lost the jet engine. Thomas, come back. Now, I didn't have much to say about this jet tanker, and I don't have much to say about this next item, which is a talking James. I only got this James for one reason, because please other people remember this. I hope I'm not the only one who remembers this amazing video. Someone got this James and dunked him into like a tank, and then he had like cheetah prints on him. It was a great video. I'll link it in the description. I hope I'm not the only one who remembers that video. They also did a Gordon in camouflage, but yeah, that was a great video. When I saw this James, that's all it reminded me of, so I had to pick it up. Now, these next 2 items, I've actually done a community post, and they're sailing into port. These are the 10 cents and Sunshine Ertles. Not much to say about these, we all know about them, but I got both of them, and I absolutely love these. And also, the heads can turn. 10 cents can, but he's a bit stiff. Sunshine works really well, though. Also, I can recreate the scene from Pirate now.
They move pretty fast when they're not scared.
They certainly do.
Also, I displayed them on my non-Thomas display shelf here, and they look absolutely gorgeous. Look at them. Look at 10 cents in the sunshine. Gorgeous. So far in this video, we looked at trains, boats, and now cars. But not these cars. These cars. So these were my original set of Luigi and Guido. They've been very, well loved, as you can tell. But now I have this new set of Luigi and Guido. Now, I normally group these 2 together because this Luigi was actually a flag one. You can see the flag broke off, but it looks much nicer than this Luigi, I'm going to be honest. And I got this Guido to pair along with my original Luigi for 2 reasons. 1, he has both of these forks intact. This one only has 1. And 2, he has this detail I love, the 95 from Cars 2. I love this little 95. I wish they kept it in Cars 3 because I think that's a very cute detail. But yeah, so there we go. There's my main set of Luigi and Guido and my duplicate spare set of Luigi and Guido. And you can tell it's my main set of Luigi and Guido because I put them here on my non-Thomas display, and I think they look great together, don't they? And speaking of Pixar car stuff, I got this Mack trailer to pair with this Mack semi-cab I've had for a while. So now I have the whole Mack truck playset in both versions. I've got the Cars 2 one. I grew up with the Cars 2 one. As you can see, it's very worse for wear. I heard this one's rarer, so Whoopsie. And now we also have the Cars 1 to go with the Cars 2, and I think they look absolutely amazing together. I'm not going to open them up because they're practically the same inside, but look. Whoops, but yeah, there you can go. You can tell they're exact same, except they have different stickers. But they look absolutely beautiful together, don't they? Now, after this section, we have the main course and the main reason I wanted to make this video. But before we move on to that, we're going to move on to some media. I did not get all of this media at once, but it's all, well, media, you know, physical media you can hold and stuff. So I'm just going to group them all together. First off, we've got a SpongeBob book, Dancing with the Stars. Nothing much to say except I love SpongeBob. So every time I see sort of like a SpongeBob book, I grab it because I love SpongeBob. Now we have one of the 2 funniest purchases I bought in this video. Go the fuck to sleep. This is a parody of a children's book, and when I showed this to my friends on Discord, we were laughing our heads off. So yeah, there's Go the fuck to sleep. This is, as you can tell, a children's book parody, and it's hilarious. I'll read you my favorite line, if I can find it real quick. How come you can do all this other great shit, but you can't lie the fuck down and sleep? So yeah, Go the fuck to sleep. What a fucking fantastic book. Ha ha ha. Sorry for all the swearing. Now we've got the newest thing I bought, and probably the newest in terms of date as well. The Super Mario Galaxy movie. This is still sealed, so we're going to open it together. Will they have nice disc guard? I hope so, but no movies these days, they probably won't. There's the wrapping if anyone's interested, and... Now just... Oh, I do like that colour. That's a cool colour blue. I'll give them that. I think that's, you know, a very sort of galaxy blue, but yeah. There's the Mario Galaxy movie. Cool. I watched it in cinemas. I loved seeing Lackady on the big screen. That was my favourite part of the movie. Anyway, we got a Thomas VHS. This is one of the original Season 2 releases. As you can see, it says new series. It's got this thick packaging, like shell. Comes with this very thick clamshell shell. Kind of like this tape. These have the exact same shells. They're very, yeah, almost exactly the same. Look at that, like, cover-wise. So this is like kind of the packaging of the 80s, but when we get to the 90s, we get to this type of packaging. And what's interesting about these tapes is the label is where it should be there. Like, in my opinion, this is where you should put all VHS labels. But later, they changed to this. See, this is Percy and Harold in both styles. See, I don't know why they changed, but oh well. And yes, before you say in the comments, yes, I do know that's a mismatch. I've known that for ages. I knew that when I bought it. Don't worry, that's fine. But I didn't buy these recently. I bought this recently, didn't I? Also, a funny coincidence with this tape. I got this tape around 3 or 4 days ago, which was Ringo Starr's birthday. And look who's narrating this tape since it's from Season 2. Ringo Starr. I just thought that was a bit of a funny coincidence, so yeah. Well, now we have the main chunk. And if you thought all of that other stuff was exciting, you haven't seen anything yet because... I gotta move the camera way back. I got 2 giant boxes of wooden Thomas Track and Destinations, and I think there's a couple of trains in there as well. These came as 2 boxes. Where's the price? There you go, that was the price. I actually could bargain it down to $40. I didn't pay $45, I paid $40 for this, so I thought that was a pretty good deal for all the stuff you get in this box. So let's go over all the stuff I got in these 2 boxes, one by one. So we'll start with the slightly smaller box, and there was only about 3 trains, and let me just get them out, and I'll quickly go over these guys. Now, something I found quite funny about this lot is, despite being all wooden track, the trains that came with this lot weren't really wooden trains. I mean, we have one wooden train technically, because this is one of those battery-powered engines, but I don't really classify these as wooden trains. I can classify them as their own stupid separate range. And we got 2 checkouts, which is kind of interesting. I know why they're included, because when people want to get rid of their track, they just say, oh, Thomas Train chucked them in. They don't really know which is which is completely understandable. But let's move on to the lady that came in this thing. It's one of those metal battery-powered ladies. There's nothing much to say. I tried to throw a battery in. It didn't work. Just now realized one of the traction tires has come off. But when I saw this, it reminded me of this Percy. And looking over them, yeah, there's some similarities, but they're quite different, actually. But, yeah, when I saw this, it reminded me of the 2013 Barry Percy, but, yeah, there they are together. Oh, cool. Anyway, let's move on to the other two trains. Now, I was actually very happy to see these. These are the two of Checkout Edward, and I've always wanted a Checkout Edward because he has a lot of that Checkout James vibe when he's so dumb. He's not quite as good as Checkout James because he doesn't have a bit of a face. I wish they gave him tiny pupils like season 12. When did it, actually, this came out in 2007, so if it did have tiny pupils, it would have predicted season 12 by a year, but oh well. Also, one of them came with the little tag, which I was very happy to see. So I have two Checkout Edwards. I have one without a tag, which I can use in videos, and one with a tag that I can display, and it's really cool. So yes, two Checkout Edwards. Like I said, I've always wanted these because they're so dumb, and now I have them. Thank you, Checkout Edward. Let's move on to the other stuff in this box. So this is what was inside the box, a bag of wooden track. This has most of the track that's not, you know, destinations. It's also got a couple of destinations like this. Isn't this like the Quarry Mine Tunnel? I already have one of these on my layer, but it's good to have another one. Maybe I could put both of them like this and the train goes whoop, whoop through Toodles. So that's fun. I got another one of them. We also have a T-switch. I've actually I've had one of like the Brio ones, but I've never had a Thomas one, so that's fun. Some of this is like the old IKEA track, which is cool. This is, we can take that out and put it somewhere else. I love that. IKEA moved away from this system. It might have been like a choking hazard or something, but the new IKEA is much like this. They don't have this piece anymore, which is sad because I thought that was the best part of that system. Got a couple of these bridges. I've actually seen these in real life, but I've never owned them. I think a friend had them, so that's cool. Got two of them. We got Boulder. Isn't Boulder a character in Japan? So that's a new Thomas character for me. I've never actually had Boulder, so that's lovely. I'm going to put that on my display somewhere. We got this belt. I'm pretty sure that came with a take-along Scarloey. That's pretty cool. Yeah, the rest of this is just track. Some of it's more worse for earlier, and I was like, look at that. That's kind of disgusting, but yeah, just a bunch of track there, and also this. Is that Thomas? Let me know in the comments if that comes from any Thomas set, because if it doesn't, I'll just chuck that away. I might already chuck it away, but yeah, that's all the track. As you can see, there's a bunch of different track, a bit of road, switches, elevation, some rises. Yeah, full track. Let's get on to the other box. Now, here's the big Thomas box. I've actually seen this box in one of Leo Kim videos. So, hey, people always say I'm like Leo Kim videos, so there we go. There's another connection between the two of us. Let's go through some of the destinations, starting with this. This is Elsbridge Station. Now, this is another reason I got this bundle, because I thought this was very interesting, because it's Elsbridge, and Elsbridge last appeared in Season 4 in 1995. But this is actually dated 2008, and it's got a battery compartment. I checked the battery. There was no batteries, thank God, and the compartment is in really good condition. So we'll slap some batteries in this soon and see if it works. Another cool thing is we have toppings appearing out of different doors. And what's really interesting is if I push one, I can't push the other one. So you can't have multiple toppings out unless you, like, you know, do something like this and just, like, force it open like that, which is probably not to break the illusion, but that is really cool because I feel like if something like this came out today, they wouldn't have, like, see, I'm pressing these other buttons, Toppin's not coming out, but if I shut him, then another Toppin comes out. It's like he's moving, so that's really cool. And also, I could play with the one up here all day long. That's really fun. Anyway, let's throw some batteries into this and see if it works. Okay, I slapped some batteries in. Let me just put a piece of track in front. There we go. Got my one Thomas. Let's see if he rolls over that. That's cool. I think that's Robin Smith. Is that the... So it does work. Does it end... Okay. Wait. Then let's shut that. Does it say memorable phrases? So it's got about It says full steam and you are a useful engine there, but this one. There's a lot of work to do. Welcome to the island of Sodal. So that one's got two. I think they're all going to have two each. So let's see what this one says. On track and on time, where's this one? Welcome aboard. No, that's only 3. But that's actually this is actually really cool. How many phrases if I roll it over? I think it's all of them, so if there's, so that's 6, right? Because 2 times 3 is 6, right? That's, this is actually a really cool destination. I quite like this. And also, look at the detail on it. Yeah, this is a really cool destination. I quite like this. So, yeah. But we probably should get on to something else. So, yeah. But that's a awesome destination. Very happy to have it now. Just before we get on to the next destination, I saw something cool. It's actually got a switch on the bottom because I was about to take out the batteries. But it's got a switch on the bottom, so it's got 2 modes. It's got a low mode, which I'm not sure how good you can hear that, but if I put it on the normal mode, it actually talks quite loud. Does it say the same phrases? Yeah, same phrases, but it's like a different volume. That's quite cool. This is a really cool destination, this Ellsbridge station. I quite like this. Now we have the Sodal Bay Bridge. This is really cool. Unfortunately, it's meant to have like little wooden pieces you can slide out to be supports. So it would stand like that, but it's not. Unfortunately, it didn't come with those supports, which is kind of sad. You just need to put some risers to work, don't worry. But this is a really cool bridge, actually. Let me get my one Thomas back and let's see how he looks on the bridge. Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh, wait, you can also do that. Cool, yeah. Anyway, let's move on to the next destination. We have the canopies for Knapford Station. Unfortunately, Knapford Station wasn't there, but the canopies are. But you could probably make a custom Timoth station with these canopies as well if you were going for it. You know, from season 2 and 3B, but yeah. Actually, wait. And you can do this as well. You can have Thomas in a cocoon, so that's cool as well. Come on, get out there, Thomas. There you go. Next up, we got one of the best Thomas wooden items ever released. I think this won the Toy of the Year award in 2001. Wooden Cranky. Now, I already have a Wooden Cranky, but it's the 2013 version. This is like the 2005 version. It's different. Unfortunately, it had a bunch of sticker residue. That's why, because it had like stickers, I had to peel them off from like, you know, like Thomas books. I'm probably not going to use this one because I like my other one better because it's in better condition. It was my first one, but I'm still happy to have another Wooden Cranky. I've gone from having no Wooden Crankies at one point to having 2 Wooden Crankies. I really am cool now. Look. Oh, I love Wooden Cranky. One of the best Thomas items ever made. Speaking of destinations I already have this. This is the Roundabout Action Turntable. Now, I wanted this item for the longest time, but I got it about 2 years ago. But I have another one now, so that's cool. I probably don't need it, but I'm still happy I have another turntable, considering I wanted one for the longest time. And now I have 2. Like Cranky, I've gone from having none to having 2, so that's fun. Oh, be careful. I hope I didn't break the roof of Knapford. Also, since we got the Roundabout Action Turntable, you expect there to be a roundhouse with it, right? Well, kind of. There's this generic roundhouse. I don't know what this is from. This is not Thomas Wooden Railway, obviously. This could actually be a decent Knapford Season 1 sheds, but unfortunately, I'll get the turntable over. It's not going to fit. Womp. But this could actually make a decent Season 1 Knapford sheds, but yeah. There's a generic roundhouse. Next up, we've got this piece, which I actually didn't know what it was for at first, but I know what it is now. This is for Boulder, from not the Rusty and the Boulder set, but like an expansion pack or something. Look. That's cool. That's actually really cool. Let's do that again. That was a fun. Actually, wait. Thomas, watch out! Look at that. Ah, that's cool. I like this. I like this a lot. One more time. I'm addicted to this now, aren't I? Whee! Next up, we've got a level crossing. This is the Hat Street crossing. I think Thomas Wooden Railway, the YouTuber, had one of these. This is one of the ones that goes, train goes through, and then, you know, you can do the gates and stuff. This is one of those. Actually, can you do this? No, he gets stuck. Wait, come on, try. Nah, he actually gets stuck. It's kind of fun, actually, though. He breaks through one gate, but can't go to the other. Woo! There you go. I'm just having fun playing with these toys, aren't I? Should we... Yeah, there's a battery compartment there, so let's see if it works. Let's throw some batteries in. So let's see if this works. Oh, it does work. Then you can move the gates. Oh, look! You can move the gate. Wait. Even on that side. But wait, which one was it? So the gate's on this side of the building. Let's try this one. Okay, no, just this gate here, though. That's cool. When you move that one, it works. That's actually really cool. So you can stop the gate, the train goes through, and just pretend Thomas is like Birdie or something. He works at the crossing, and then... That's really cool. So what happens if I do that thing again? Thomas crashes through the gates. Can I get into... No, not really, unfortunately. You can also play with this button if you're just like me and just smash that button. So yeah, that's another really cool destination too, the Hat's Crossing. Like that one. Speaking of railway crossings, we got this. I know what this is, but unfortunately it doesn't have any of like the knobs or signs, so it's kind of useless, but well, but I thought I would show that off because it is a crossing that came in this box, isn't it, Thomas? Now, we're getting down to the last few things in this box and in the video in general. We have this thing. I didn't know what this was for at first, but it comes with this treasure map. So I think this is for the Thomas and the Treasure set that came out in, like, what, 2006? I know the episode this was based off was from Season 10, which Season 10 came out in 2006. So I'm going to assume it's from 2006. So Thomas barges through there and nothing much else. It's just... kind of like the, where is it? Kind of like this destination, but instead of going down a hill like this, you just go through it normally. And this one's kind of lame, I can't lie, but I do like that treasure map. That's a cool thing. That's cool, I guess, but this one's probably the least cool one in this box. I'm still happy I have it, though. You can probably get cool shots like this, so it's not a total waste. Also... here's this block. It's the Sodal mining cargo crate and it's gold. Does this come with this? I think it does because, you know, it's all gold. I'm going to assume that comes with that. But last destination before we get to some more track is this Archstone Bridge. Now, I actually have the Archstone Bridge, but I have the one that has, like, the sticker details on the side. This one's actually printed on, which is really cool. And the Archstone Bridge is a classic destination, isn't it? Just nice and simple look. And then if you have track, you can go underneath like this as well, can't you? Whoops, without taking that out, hopefully. But yeah, that's a cool... Even though I have one of these before, I'm still happy I have it because it is a different version and you can never go wrong with this destination, can you? And the last thing in that box is just some more track. Interesting track though, like this flexi track, I think that's what it's called. We've got a buffer and we got this switch track. So yeah, I've got a bunch of, not a bunch, but a couple more pieces in there, you know. Was this, which box was that in? I think it was in that box. Anyway, so yeah, that was my other haul video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I had a bunch of stuff this time, didn't I? Yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of fun playing with all this now, actually. So yeah, thanks for watching, and bye-bye, I guess. I don't know how else to close this video. Just thanks for watching, and yeah, bye.